Stop scrubbing your toilet bowl until your knuckles turn white, because that ugly brown ring isn't dirt at all. It's a mineral fortress built by your own water supply, and there's a strange yellow tablet sitting in your dishwasher right now that can take it apart in minutes. But that's just the beginning. What if I told you the same handful of cheap ingredients hiding under your sink could deodorize your washing machine and watch it melt away bathtub grime right before your eyes, strip baked-on grease off your stove, and even erase scuff marks from your walls? 6 problems, a few dollars. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your cleaning supplies the same way again. If you are new here, please hit subscribe. Let's start with that toilet bowl, because it's probably the most misunderstood stain in your entire house. You see that brownish, sometimes pinkish ring sitting right at the water line, and your first instinct is to attack it with a brush. You scrub harder. Maybe you even switch to steel wool out of pure frustration. And yet somehow it barely budges. Here's why that happens. That ring isn't grime from waste or bacteria like most people assume. It's actually a buildup of minerals, mainly iron and lime, that comes straight from your water supply. Every time your toilet flushes and refills, it leaves behind microscopic traces of these minerals along the water line. Over weeks and months, those traces stack up, harden, and bond to the porcelain. At that point, you're not dealing with dirt, you're dealing with rock. And rock doesn't respond to scrubbing, it responds to dissolving. So here's what you actually need to do. First, head behind your toilet and turn off the water supply valve. This stops new water from refilling the tank. Then flush once. This drops the water level in the bowl and exposes the full stain, the part that's usually hidden under water. Now comes the fun part. Take about a cup of plain white vinegar, the same bottle sitting in your kitchen pantry, and pour it directly over that exposed ring. Vinegar is a mild acid, and mild acids are incredibly good at breaking down mineral deposits. Let it sit. If the stain is fresh, 30 minutes should do the trick. If it's been there for months or even years, let it work overnight while you sleep. When you come back, here's where the real transformation happens. Sprinkle washing soda directly onto that wet, vinegar-soaked ring. Washing soda is more alkaline and more abrasive than baking soda, which makes it perfect for breaking apart already softened mineral deposits. Grab your toilet brush and scrub. You'll notice almost immediately that the resistance is gone. What used to feel like scrubbing concrete now feels like wiping away chalk dust. Once the ring lifts away, turn your water valve back on and flush. Your toilet bowl will look like it just came out of the showroom, and you didn't need a single harsh chemical spray to get there. Now, here's something most people never think about, but it's hiding in plain sight in almost every home. Have you noticed a sour, slightly musty smell coming from your washing machine, even right after you've washed a load of laundry? It seems backwards, doesn't it? The machine's entire job is to make things clean, yet somehow it smells like the opposite. The explanation actually makes a lot of sense once you understand what's happening inside that drum. Every time you run a load, tiny amounts of soap residue and body oils don't fully rinse away. They cling to the rubber gaskets, the folds around the door seal, and hidden pockets inside the drum where water naturally collects and lingers. In a front-loading machine especially, that rubber seal creates the perfect environment for mildew. It's dark, it's damp, and most of the time it's completely sealed off from fresh air. Mildew doesn't need much to thrive. Just give it moisture, darkness, and stillness, and it will multiply happily for weeks without you ever seeing it. So, how do you fix a smell you can't even see the source of? You flush the entire system. Run your washing machine completely empty. No clothes, no laundry, nothing, on its hottest temperature setting. While it's filling, pour 2 cups of plain white vinegar directly into the drum. As the machine runs through its cycle, that hot water and vinegar combination will circulate through every hose, every seal, and every hidden pocket, breaking down the soap scum and killing off mildew along the way. If the smell has been building for a long time, one cycle might not be enough. In that case, run a second empty cycle, but this time swap the vinegar for half a cup of washing soda. The combination of these 2 cycles tackles both fresh buildup and older, more stubborn residue. And here's the part that costs you absolutely nothing but makes a massive difference going forward. After every wash, leave the washing machine door or lid open. That's it. Mildew needs damp, dark, still air to grow, and an open lid removes all 3 of those conditions in one simple move. Your machine gets to air out, the moisture evaporates, and that musty smell never gets the chance to come back. Now let's move from the laundry room to the bathtub, because there's a similar mystery hiding there too. That grimy, slightly greasy band that forms around your bathtub at the waterline isn't just soap residue, even though that's what most people assume. It's actually a combination of 3 things working together. Body oils from your skin, leftover soap, and hard water minerals all blend together and essentially bake themselves onto the tub's surface over time. It's sticky, it's stubborn, and regular soap or spray cleaners often just smear it around instead of actually lifting it off. This is where the same washing soda from your laundry trick comes back into play, but used in a slightly different way. Start by sprinkling washing soda directly onto that dry, grimy ring. Don't add water yet. Just let the powder sit there on the dry surface. Then take a rag, splash a generous amount of vinegar onto it, and begin rubbing it directly into the washing soda using slow circular motions. Here's where the magic happens. As the vinegar hits the washing soda, it creates a gentle chemical reaction that produces a slightly gritty, almost paste-like texture. This texture is the key to the whole method. It's abrasive enough to physically lift that baked-on grime, but it's gentle enough that it won't scratch or dull your tub's surface, which is something a lot of harsh commercial scrubbing powders can actually do over time. Keep working it into the ring with those circular motions, and you'll start to see the grime literally lifting away in front of you. Once it's loosened, wipe the whole area down with a clean, wet cloth. What's left behind is a tub surface that looks brand new, without a single scratch mark in sight. Let's head into the kitchen now, because this next problem might be the most universally frustrating one on this entire list. Cooked on grease. You know the kind. It's on your stovetop around the burners. It's on your oven door, turning that once clear glass into a hazy brownish film you can barely see through anymore. The reason this grease is so difficult to remove comes down to one simple fact. High heat doesn't just cook your food, it also cooks the grease itself, hardening it into a stubborn, almost lacquer-like coating that bonds tightly to metal and glass surfaces. Most people reach for commercial oven cleaners at this point, and look, those products do work. But they come with a serious downside. They release strong fumes that you really don't want lingering anywhere near the surfaces where your food gets prepared and cooked. So here's a method that gets the same results without filling your kitchen with chemical smells. Take washing soda and mix it with just a small amount of water. You're not looking for a liquid here. You want something closer to a thick, frosting-like paste, similar in texture to something you'd spread on a cake. Once you've got that consistency, spread the paste directly over the baked-on grease spots, whether that's around your stovetop burners or across that hazy oven door glass. Then, simply walk away for about 20 minutes. During that time, the paste works its way into the hardened grease, softening it from the surface down. When you come back, take a wet cloth and wipe the paste away. You'll notice the grease comes with it, almost effortlessly compared to the scrubbing you were probably doing before. That brown hazy film on your oven door glass, the same paste handles that too, revealing clear glass underneath that you probably forgot was even there. And finally, let's talk about something small but surprisingly satisfying to fix: scuff marks on your walls and baseboards. You know the ones. Black streaks left behind from chairs being pushed back, boot heels scraping against the wall, or furniture being dragged across the room. They're not deep damage, but they're visible, and they make an otherwise clean room look neglected. The good news is that fixing these doesn't require repainting or any kind of harsh cleaner that might strip your walls finish. All you need is a damp rag with just the tiniest pinch of washing soda on it. Gently wipe the scuff mark, and you'll see it lift away almost like it was never there. One quick note before you go wiping down every wall in your house. If your walls have a flat or matte finish, it's worth testing this on a small, hidden section near the floor first. Most of the time it's completely safe, but matte paints can occasionally be more sensitive, so a quick test saves you from any surprises. So here's what's wild when you step back and look at everything we just covered. 6 completely different problems, scattered across 6 different rooms in your house, and the solution to almost all of them comes down to the same 2 or 3 ingredients: vinegar, washing soda, maybe a damp rag. That's it. No specialized sprays, no toxic fumes, no expensive subscriptions to cleaning products that promise the world and deliver a fraction of it. The real secret here isn't some hidden ingredient nobody's heard of. It's understanding what these stains and smells actually are in the first place. Once you know that a stain is mineral, not dirt, or that a smell is mildew, not just how washing machines smell, the right solution becomes obvious. And honestly, once you start looking at the problems in your home through that lens, you start noticing just how many of them have these same simple, almost boring solutions hiding in plain sight. Which makes you wonder, what other impossible cleaning problems in your house are actually this easy to solve?